Good afternoon. My name is Charlene Thompson. I am a rising junior. Today, with this discussion, I'm gonna talk about 5 issues that I believe are troubling the Black community. Social issues that I believe that are troubling the Black community. The first point that I'm gonna make is breakdown of the family. The second point that I want to make is high incarceration rate in the Black community for specifically Black men. Three is lack of opportunity. Four is reduced respect of human life. And the fifth one is failure of K through 12 schools in urban areas. So the first point that I wanted to make was the breakdown of the family. Now, statistically, it states that 70%, 70% now of Black children are born in illegitimate relationships. That's a big jump from the 23.6% of kids being born in illegitimate relationships back in 1963. So we're talking 50 years ago, 51 years ago, the rate was only 23.6%, and that jumps to 70% of Black children are born in illegitimate relationships today. 70% is a big number in my opinion. It's probably in everybody's opinion. 70% states a lot. It states that now we have Black mothers who are raising children or Black grandmothers in some cases, who are raising children in single family homes, in these single family homes, and they have to depend on welfare, Medicaid, food stamps, WIC, the vouchers that they get, the check vouchers that they get, Work First, all of the welfare products that they have to help Black women, Black people. People are feeling stuck in these situations because when you have one income and mama is only making a certain amount, which she still qualifies for these welfare, to be a welfare recipient, what happens is you cannot go out and make it into middle class off of welfare. You're not with one income. I'm sorry, with one income, and you're stuck on welfare. Most of the time, you're gonna live in the urban communities. The ghetto is where you're gonna live. Um, and when you live in these urban communities and you have these mamas raising these children in these urban communities or these ghettos, what happens is now you have these children who are becoming a product of their environment, because in these ghettos or urban communities you have gangs, you have drug infested places, you have um, just low poverty levels, you just have all these things, and most of the time mama is working her butt off, sometimes 1 to 2 jobs, and still qualify for welfare, and she can't get her children off the bus. So what do? They go and they hang out at these drug infested places while mama is at work. They go and they join these gangs. They go and they take part, either start uh, doing drugs or selling them at such a young age. And so what happens is you create a cycle. You create this cycle where now we're going to touch on lack of opportunity, because now, I'm sorry, we're going to not touch on lack of opportunity. I want to touch on high incarceration rate, because now, because you are a product of that environment, of the poverty and low income, and now you are in these urban ghettos where the drug infested places where the gangs are there. What happens is now the Black men are getting incarcerated when you deal with dip and dab in these places, deal with these gangs and join these gangs, and you get incarcerated. And statistically, 1 in 3 black men will be incarcerated. 1 in 3. That's a high number. Versus 1 in 17 white men will go to jail or prison. It's a big difference. And I believe it's because these black boys are a product of their environment. Because once they are incarcerated for being in a gang, being in drugs, and a lot of times it start off when they're young. When you get out, you have point number three, lack of opportunity. Because now you have a record. Now you've been incarcerated for 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, what so have you. And when you get out, what do? No job will hire you. No one that will make a lot of money. You go back to either working at a low-class job, and that's still not going to make ends meet when you probably going to have children in those illegitimately relationships. You're going to be paying child support, and you're still in those low-class incomes and that poverty rate if you are able to find a job. And then most of the time what happens is they go right back to the cycle that started off so long ago with their mother and their mother, father, who so have you. And it's a cycle that repeats itself. So now you have that lack of opportunity because you were a product of your environment. And so the next point, which would be the reduce of respect of human life, because now when you're in those ghettos, when you're in that poverty restricting area, you're basically black on black crime. There's a lot of black on black crime. We sometimes as black people want to blame white people when they're killing us and you know, believing that we have weapons and we were unarmed and we were killed. It's because a lot of times when we're in those urban areas and we walk a certain way and talk a certain way and wear a certain outfit, you are again a product of your environment. And it's sad to say, but sometimes that's how society view you. And so anyhow, I'm sorry. So reduce respect of human life is that black on blacks are statistically killing each other more than any other race are killing us. We are killing each other. And so 93% of blacks in America are killed by other blacks. 93%. But yet we create riots when other races do it to us. But 93% is us. We do it to ourselves. And I know I'm going to have some people argue me down about this, but it's true. And the last point is failure of the K-12 schools. The K-12 schools in urban areas are, again, a product of the environment. They are also broken down. They have teachers who barely cares about the students. They more so care about getting raises and things for themselves, instead of knowing that by not only teaching these kids, you are helping them to become a better person, to become a better, it creates an environment where you can actually make a student either one, an inmate, or a police officer. It determines the difference. You can help them to get out the ghetto and stay in it because they see no other way. Sometimes it takes somebody outside of mama who don't have the time to teach you. But sometimes when you're with that teacher 8 hours a day, it takes that time. I'm sorry, my time is running out, but it takes that time to teach them that now you can move out of the ghetto and become a better you. Like the Army states, be all that you can be. And that's my view of the social issues in the black areas. Thank you. You all have a great day. Bye.